Technology is enabling new business models. Now, this is not the first time that's happened. It's happened lots of times.
And the way that I stay connected to my friends and my family and people I grew up with is through Facebook.
But the problem for business is that it happens now very fast and is really quite profound.
Any company right now is dealing with this, what's called the consumerization of the enterprise.
I work with a lot of young people, and they expect the world to work a certain way.
From the time I was in elementary school all the way through college, it's been about working in groups, collaborating. Social media is accelerating that process.
People are living their lives on their iPhones. You want everything to happen through your phone. You don't have to carry cards if you don't have to. You don't want to have to register as a merchant if you can just get two phones to talk to each other.
I think your customers are asking for it now, and I think if you don't do it, someone's going to do it for you.
The only way to prepare for the future is to be immensely flexible so that whatever it brings, you can adapt.
And I don't think it's particularly the technology that's so disruptive here as it is that way of thinking, that everything is hackable.
You're now able to connect machines and networks in new ways.
All these bits of electronics could be talking to each other. Let's take a very conventional sentence. I drove my car to work. I think every word in that sentence is wrong.
Imagine if every car knew where every other car was.
Everyone says you shouldn't text and drive. What you shouldn't do is drive.
And what you start to see is that you can walk down the street and the world is visible to you. This pothole has been reported to the city of San Francisco. Over there is an apartment that's for rent. There's a cab, half a block from you.
Face recognition, biometrics, proximity sensing, location awareness, all those are going to happen, that's absolutely right. But what they'll create is invariably a surprise.
I don't want any of that stuff. I want to be able to just talk to the network. That's not a distant dream.
It's not that you're being taken off into a different world. That's the old world. The world now where there's all of this information available to you in the context of the moment is a world where you're more deeply where you are. And it's not just the things around you, it's the people around you, and it's the things that you can do, the ways you can take action. If I'm looking at this shirt, where did the cotton come from? What were the practices of the company?
Knowing that a company does something that's socially responsible, I'm willing to pay more for that product, and I'm also more likely to recommend it to people. And I think that that's the kind of thing that actually influences buying choices just more and more and more.
This young generation in particular who lives in that network is changing the nature of power itself.
It's just a matter of time for people to find out if a company is doing something sustainably and helping other people, or if a company is doing something that's going to have a negative impact just for the sake of increasing profit.
The social technologies really are a very deep change.
People are talking about these things really openly.
If you're not connecting to people in the new ways, then you're basically moving further and further and further behind.
There isn't a single tool in our office that isn't a collaboration tool.
The default is if you're going to do something, talk about it.
When you open up, there is so many emergent outcomes of that, most of which are hugely positive both for the consumer and for the company.
The project is evolving because the customers are giving them feedback in real time and they're listening.
If you like a product or a company on Facebook, you're agreeing for that company to have information about you, and you're inviting them to come into your life.
Open wins.
You want that company to start considering you a resource for information, to help them develop and to influence what they're doing. That's what you're choosing to do.
It is a community, a collaboration. It is a project done in public with the customers.
I think that nature of collaboration is really quite fundamental. And I think it is really one of the most hopeful things for the future.